I have storm chaser Josh Morgerman. He's live from Orange County Convention Center in Orlando at the 2026 International Builder Show. Good morning, Josh. How are you?
Good, James. How are you?
I'm doing great. So tell us the reasons to build a climate resilient home and how to get started.
Well, I think first of all, peace of mind, okay? Because wherever you are, you're going to get crazy weather. The United States is the most violent scene in terms of weather. We get everything. And the other thing is just saving money over the long run. The better, the more resilient you make your home, the sort of, and the more it's going to last into the future, the more money you're going to save in the long run.
Now, do you have any tips and recommendations to make your existing home more climate resilient, especially where the climate's going today?
Absolutely. I think one of the top things you could do is to look at all of the exterior surfaces, the ones that are actually facing the weather, okay? And then just to say, think of like what you can replace and what you can change. I mean, first off, look at your siding. I went with hardy siding because it's made of fiber cement. I built it in an historical district on the Gulf Coast in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Bay St. Louis, not St. Louis, no relation. Almost every people always think I live in St. Louis, and I'm like, no, Bay St. Louis, but they get it very confused. It's like this is just a little town. But I built an historical district where they required that the houses have to have like siding that looks like wood. It does, but it's made of fiber cement, which means that it doesn't mold, it doesn't rot. The termites don't find it appetizing. It's not even combustible. So that's like a climate resilient material that's going to keep my house kind of fresh and new for years to come. And then also like look at your decking. Everyone gets so sick of restaining their decking and replacing planks and stuff like that. Under the James Hardie family of brands, there's another brand called TimberTech where they have this advanced PVC decking, which you cannot tell the difference between this stuff and wood. It looks so beautiful and natural, but it's actually not organic and it doesn't rot, it doesn't mold, it doesn't change in any way. It stays brand spanking new looking for years and years to come. Those are the kinds of things you can do to make your home, the exterior, tough and weather resistant.
Now, any new building trends from the International Builder Show?
I would say, the science is allowing us to kind of like pursue what we call resilient beauty, which is, okay, we want this stuff to be tough and weather resistant, but we also want it to be beautiful. These are the two things we all want in our homes. And the science is allowing both of these trends to continue so that we could have stuff that is very tough, but also very beautiful. And I think that's the trend that the technologies are now allowing and that James Hardie is a leader in.
Speaking about tough and beautiful, how did you build your hurricane home?
Oh, it was a whole process. I had to do a lot. I'm a block from the Gulf, where we get the strongest hurricanes in American history. We had a Category 5 back in 1969. So I went through a whole process of making sure that the home was structurally sound. There's a sort of a principle called continuous load, which is if you think of your house as a chain, it's a bunch of links in the chain from the foundation to the bottom plate to the studs to the top plate to the roof. Those are links in a chain, and you want to make sure all those connections are solid because when you get in a violent windstorm like a hurricane or something, wherever that weak point is where it's going to tear off. So that's an important principle. And then it was making sure that I had a good shutter system on the windows, a good roof because if the roof comes off during a hurricane, it's game over. And then of course it was that siding, that hardy siding, which I see as a sort of coat of armor around my home, protecting it from like the impact of, for example, flying debris, which is one of the scariest things in a hurricane or in a tornado or the severe kind of weather that you get in St. Louis. I mean, you guys get some crazy weather there too. It takes different forms, but it's the same stuff, the violent winds, the hail, the heavy rain that you can get there.
Now, tell us where we can go for more information.
Go to jameshardie.com. They have a whole range of products for the exterior of your home to make it climate resilient.
I've been speaking with storm chaser Josh Morgerman. He's live from Orange County Convention Center in Orlando at the 2026 International Builder Show. Thank you so much for joining us because you're right. We're kind of like in Tornado Alley in this area. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you guys definitely need to build your homes weather tough. Thank you, James.
Thank you, Josh.